Please let me know once you are able to see my screen. Actually, I was talking in mute. Sorry.
Yeah, we are able to see.
Yes,
Okay,
we can see.
so as discussed last time, basically we need to run Hive query using that sales script first. So here what happened, what I can do here. First, I just move one data file from our Google or from Kaggle website. I just download one data set as a CSV format, and I just mark into our local system in this path. Next, I just create a non-partition table in Hive based on this file data. So after that, I just move those data to load those data to non-partition table. So once it's done, I just go for create one partition table based on the order date. And after that, I just move data from that non-partition table to partition table. All those things using that sales script part only. So what I do, I just show you what all those files and all those details. So first, I just create one properties file. Here I mention the database name, and this is the table name. It should be create. It should create, or it will create that table name as well as that partition table name. Also, it will create here. Next, I just create one sh file where I pass that file property file path, and here I read those the database name as well as the table name and partition table name. Here I can read from sales script. After that, I just connect and give one message that yeah, we are going to connect that database as well as we are using that table. Then finally, I just pass some Hive command line prompt here using that path where I just make all those Hive query under that .hql file. So this is the HQL file. Here I am using that database name, whatever already in our properties file I have mentioned. Next, here I just create that one external table and using this column, and basically I am using that SRD properties because that file contains the double quote and multiple uh, in one column it contains that comma separated value. So then I just put this data into HDFS in this location. And obviously I just disable that table property part, just skip that header from that file. So this is the first thing. Next, I just load those data from our local using that path and all those things I need to load that particular table, whatever I have created. So next, I just go for that count check whether the data successfully load or not. Next, I just create another external table, but here this table is partitioned. So here I am just create one partition column based upon that order date, and almost all are same using that SRD and all those things, but that location is different. That's sky super partition, superstore partition. So next, though this is the partition table, I just create one, and I'm just using that show tables, whether those tables are created or not. After that, I set something command line parameter for Hive for those dynamic partition. So next, I just go for that, load the data from non-partition table to partition table. Actually, last time what happened, where I got stuck, last time I am using all those things, it's okay. But instead of column name, I am using select star. So actually what happened, when we just, initially what happened, I just give some background. Initially that first row ID, order date, this is the means sequence in the table column sequence. But whenever we just create that partition table, so that time we don't mention all those things in this column list. We just use that partition details in the partition by clause. So that time what happened, that column sequence will be changed in that partition table. That order date should be last column. So that's why whenever we just go for that select star, so that time it's not properly work and that's not properly stored into there. So that's why I'm just stuck. But whenever we just change the use all those column details as well as the column sequence using that in select query, yeah, it's working fine. So next we just check the select count that from partition table whether the data is properly loaded or not. But due to my system configuration, I'm not able to load all those data. I just test only 100 data. So till now, is there any question or is there any concern? Or I need to show the practical thing?
Yeah, Ritesh, I think it's clear for who has joined, in the last session. But yes, uh, your notes is pretty good, and while you are executing, it's practical, right? So better you just
Okay,
tell that this is the first step and this is the second step, something like that, so that people will understand better.
sure.
And
Thank you.
also try to
So
show your data, what is your source
yeah,
data, so that people are aware.
okay, sure. So let me just open the data set. So basically this is the data row ID, order date, all those things here. But in one column, suppose in product name, you can see here, these are the, basically this is the CSV file, but in product name, this column also contain that comma separated. So that's why I just use that surd part in Hive. So this is the basically data part. So let me just quickly jump into table. Already I have created one superstore and superstore partition. Let me drop that table. So I have dropped those two tables from my database. So here I just show my database details. So basically I'm using this database as per my file. I just show you in properties file. This is the database details. So next I just go to my HDFS location. So yeah, here it already created that superstore and superstore partition. Let me quickly remove those things.
So Ritesh, you try to cover some of the HDFS commands in this session if it is possible. So that okay.
Sure. So here I just drop those and delete those HDFS file structure already. I have mentioned in for that Hive table. Let me show you here. Yeah, that one I have shared that 1 minute. Yeah, here I have pushed that Sky Superstore partition as well as that Sky Superstore. I have delete both the both the things from HDFS location. So now I just go to that my sales script prompt or bash prompt here. So here in this location, all those data, all those file I just store here. So let me quickly run this. I think something mismatching. Give me 1 minute. Let me. I think something it should be read that. Give me 1 minute. Let me check. Oh, sorry. So here it gives the message that connect this database and using this two table, one is superstore, another one is superstore partition. So it takes around 5 to 6 minutes to execute all those details so that I can show step by step here. So here it gives the loading data to that particular table.
So this is not a partition table. First of all, data is loading to the normal table.
Non-partition table. Yeah, exactly.
Guys, we are loading data from HDFS to non-partition table. So that process is in progress now. And once it completes, then we are loading data from non-partition to the partition table. Is that correct, Ritesh? Ritesh, are you there?
Yeah.
So Ritesh, up to loading non-partition table only, right? The task, or is there anything else?
Yeah, here actually that total count for that non-partition table.
Okay.
Then here it previously it created that non-partition table. Here it gives the message to partition table.
Okay. So the 51290 is a non-partition table count, right? After loading
Exactly.
the data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, now it is partition table is loading, right?
Yeah.
So is it static partition and dynamic partition?
No, in these all are dynamic partition. I have used the dynamic partition thing.
Okay, parameters.
Yeah. Here I have said that.
So order date is none.
Yeah.
I think in that file, do we have any null? Order date?
I'm not sure. I need to check that one.
So if you just try to see, okay, order date should not be a null, but it's fine. Just to go through the data and try to see if there are any nulls for the particular date column.
Sure. I'll check that.
If you have any doubt, then you can also put some Coil's function or NVL function to give default value whenever any null values pass to that column. So Ritesh is facing some internet issues due to power fluctuations. He's going to connect shortly. So the use case was, last week we had a discussion. Through shell script, we are trying to execute all this, Hive SQL, we can say. And he already, explained the same thing in our last class manually. But now, if you see, we do not have. I mean, he didn't executing each and every, right. So once we trigger a shell script, automatically all the HQLs whatever we have placed in a in that file are executing. So this is the one of the automated shell script we can say, and these kind of shell script that we generally use in real time as part of scheduler. Okay, so when we trigger any scheduler, when we give some time and schedule it, then automatically the job will start running, and it will trigger the shell script. Then again, shell script will trigger the uh, respective SQLs. So that's how in a real time also we'll get the data when we run our shell script. Yeah, Ritesh, you're back.
Yeah, Naresh, I'm back. So here it just shows around 100 rows into that load into a non-partition table. So let me just quickly show that partition and other details. So here, it just create those partition. Basically, those data string format. So that's why it just show like this. So here it creates, these are the details. So if we can go up to table, here the table also got created. So basically this is the total thing last time you assigned me. So
Yeah, Ritesh, absolutely correct. Whatever you did, it is absolutely fine because this is how we in real time also will try to do the same. But this order date should be in proper format. Okay, that you have to take care. Okay, and coming to, can you please, I think you did the, you have prepared all the notes, but why don't you make a Word document and explain the steps like if somebody open the document, they have to go through each and every step and try to execute in their mission. That kind of flexibility we have to provide. You understand, Ritesh?
okay,
Otherwise,
sure.
what will
I
happening?
will.
Yeah, otherwise, it is little difficult. A new person can understand, execute all the steps in a way, right? So you did almost 90%, and if you're able to complete the 10% work also, then it is very great help for others also.
Okay, sure. I will just update this document, and
Yeah,
I just comment whatever the things I used and why I should use that. I
yeah,
just keep that
correct,
comment part also.
correct.
Okay,
And
okay.
our CSL upload folders, right? In that, I think I didn't mention any real-time use cases, and we'll try to create one folder that is a real-time use case. Then in that, you just make your, I mean, create your name and place it with all the dependencies with a Word document, so that people will execute the same code, by using your step-by-step procedure in from a Word document, right?
Okay, sure. Already I have upload that under sales script folder or a Hive folder something. So okay, let me just move from there to real time cases as well as I just update that
Yeah, because why
document
I'm
part,
saying,
document
because this
also.
is a real time,
Yeah.
right? We may use multiple technologies, right? We are not using single one here. Shell script you are using, Hive you are using, some other thing also you are using. So it make more sense when we place these type of real time use cases in a separate folder, right? So
Okay, sure.
and please make a folder as well as one Word document, and where you have to explain your steps, okay, how you are explained here. You just to put one or two lines over there so that people will pick the step by step and try to execute the same code and their missions.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
And so
I will do.
source data also, if it is possible, source data also please refer. If you are using common drive, you can mention the common drive. If not, you can upload the source data, whatever the small amount of data into your folder.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
Right, Ritesh? And
yeah.
guys, I'm not finding no free time, but still, whenever I get the time, definitely I will go through all these notes. And very soon we are going to create a blog on Clever Strategies YouTube channel name, and where we'll try to place this so that everybody can access and anywhere. Okay. So that is the reason I'm just asking you. If somebody is coming to our blog and see, right, they should it should be self-explanatory, right? Right, Ritesh.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that is my intention. That's it. Okay. Anybody? I think next topic. Ritesh, is that fine? Is it over?
Yeah, yeah, it's done from my
Guys,
end.
any open questions on this topic? Ritesh or me can able to answer.
Naresh, coming to shell scripting, so as a beginner, like whenever we crack the interview, so is it like day-to-day task or which they'll give to do shell scripting? Like,
Very rare that will create we will use shell script like in these cases, like how Ritesh explained, right? In that scenarios,
yeah,
we will use it. Of course, shell script is one of the important, like SQL.
okay,
Okay, SQL is regularly we will use SQL or SQL or we can say, but shell script very rarely used. Of course, it is important.
okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Any
definitely there will be some like more support and all from the team. Like, if you really need to develop some shell script.
Yeah, of course, but you may be lucky guy when anybody in your team have a good knowledge and script. If not, then everybody should learn and make it.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah. Guys, any other open questions on this topic? I think no questions. Amrit, I think so, right? We can go ahead and explain next topic.